Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create motion blurred ellipses and shapes in Photoshop to kind of add a cool effect to your photos. It really transforms the look of them. These are all really basic stuff. This is all kind of stuff I needed help with when I first started Photoshop, so I thought that's what I'd share and show you guys how to do first. But let's get right into the video and start this editing. Okay, so we're in Photoshop. We got a 1920 by 1080 document open. I dragged a picture in here from a video me and our brother shot yesterday. Pretty simple steps to make like motion blurred ellipses in Photoshop. You can create really cool photos, change your lighting effects, or make really cool thumbnails with them. So you're going to go over to the left hand side to your shape creator, right click it, make sure you're on ellipse, select your color. I personally think green and orange look cool together, so I'm going to keep that orange color. You want to click the left click, create your shape. If you hit shift on the keyboard, it keeps proportions equal, so you create an exact circle. I usually like to make the first one very large. Next up, you want to go to filter, top, go to blur, and then go to motion blur. Convert to smart object if you haven't already. Okay, so that creates kind of a cool blur around the sides. If you see that, you can increase this, whatever you want. You can do 960, some cool stuff. I'll keep mine at 190 for today. Hit OK. Next step, go to normal, go down to soft light, and now you have a cool ellipse where you can change the color of your photo. Almost looks like the sun's coming in up here. So if you want that, next step is either hit Alt on the keyboard and drag and create a second one, or if you want it in the same exact spot, click on your layer, drag it down to the new layer option at the bottom, and it creates a second layer in the same spot. That will make it brighter. Or you can, have a second one now. Go ahead and hit shift on your keyboard to keep the proportions equal. Shrink it down. You can go ahead and drag it wherever you want it. Create a couple little circles in the middle. So it just kind of adds like a cool lighting effect. And I even like to add, since this picture is really green and it's kind of darker down here, let's play on that. And let's create a gradient and bring this down under the ellipses, and I'm going to make this a soft light as well. And now the orange it's a little bit darker, but it looks kind of cool because you play on it, it's already dark down there and it's bright up top, so it just makes this seem even brighter than it was before. If you want to make these ellipses brighter, you're going to hit on them, hit shift, create a group, and you can make them darker, brighter, whatever, but I'm going to duplicate that group, and now they're brighter. You can do it as many times as you want. You can even delete this group and change the opacity of this one to make it just a slight bit brighter. You can change the color of it, although that does kind of take away some of the motion blur effects and makes them look a little weird sometimes. Not all the time, but just sometimes. So now you have kind of like a purplish combining colors. So that's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like if you did it with, let's do a blue one. Oops. And let's not keep proportions. You don't have to do the blur, but I think it looks better personally. Some of these you want to kind of make them a lot more because they're not exactly circles. So we're going to go to normal, go down to soft light, and see this kind of creates, you can kind of see the shape, the lines a little more if you don't make it exact circle, so you can go ahead and drag that up a little bit. But that looks pretty cool too. You can drag this, change the angle, and now you have like a blue light coming in over there. And let's shrink this down. Sometimes the lines will look very sharp. You can kind of see right there. So let's see. So what you can do to eliminate those if you don't like this sharp line is click it, convert to smart object, rasterize the layer, go to your eraser tool. That is a weird brush. Make the hardness around 40 or 50% and change the size of this to, let's say 75. Select your smart layer that you rasterized and just go ahead and start erasing. Now, the feathering on here is kind of important, which is hardness. What it does, it adds around your I'll just erase something really quick. It doesn't make a circle exactly. It makes it a little bit feathered on the side, so you can kind of tell that it wasn't an exact circle. It just helps with blending. So I'm just going to turn it down a little more to 20 and go ahead and crank up this size a little bit. Okay, kind of just go like this. And now the line doesn't look so hard. You can kind of play with that a little more. You can even cut off this side if you wanted to and just kind of make it look like it's coming down. Still sharp, but in that corner. But now it looks better. It's not as sharp, a little bit of a different shape. And that's just kind of how you add motion blur, ellipses, and shapes into Photoshop. You can really do this with any shape, even squares. Squares look very sharp on the sides and just not very good, but that's pretty much it. If you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below. Have any ideas for tutorials, go ahead and leave them down there as well. I'll create some more stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, baby.